Kids and cadets, happy Monday, which happens to be Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans watching, your neighbors, your friends, relatives, third cousins, waitresses, and wait staff. They could be veterans as well. So I had seen an ad pop up yesterday on Facebook. It said, for everything in the picture, dino not included. Dino's my property. So the guy happened to be close. I told him I'd be interested, so I ran out there. I was the first one out there. So there's more to go. I got a couple of things on my table which we have to go through and figure out why they were put to the curb. So I got there, knocked on the door, lady answered, and I said, I'm here for the free stuff. I had seen it out by the street, but I wanted to thank the guy. But he was out in the backyard doing something. Looked like they were rehabbing the house. The yard was torn up. Looked like they were putting down pavers. He had a 57 Porsche Speedster in the driveway with the cover over it. So he must be mechanically inclined. So I think I'll find some homes for all these goodies. I got a basket full of LED light bulbs, some Teflon tape. So this Sthil blower is in the picture. A BG86 is the model number. So when I told him I was interested, he says, oh, I just put out a edger. You'll find this edger out at the street with the blower and the other stuff. So we got to look at this thing. I guess we'll look at this first. So we just messed with one of these pulses yesterday. Is this a 3-holer? Yep, this is a 3-holer. 2 in the back and then 1 here. So I did what Lawrence Carroll would do last night. I degreased this 3-holer. This is a 2013. I still have to go through the carby, but as you can see, that layer of oil on this thing really preserved it. It was like undercoating, but for free. So let's kind of look at this crafty. What do you say, hey? But not before we've got some 50 plus 9. So Clucky's holding it down for me. This is the model 536.772321. It says it was manufactured third month, 9th day of 2004. Made in China. Oh, wow. Okay. I wonder if the engine was made in China. Let me give you the engine number since I'm down here and I've got my spectacles on. The engine model looks like 9 Golf 902 0145 David 103 112551. So the engine's a little older, 2003 on the engine. The frame says it's an 04. And I just leak gas by tipping it back. So something I hadn't seen before, maybe you kids and cadets have. It's got a safety shut off like you would on a mower. You got to pull it back to run, and all it is a kill wire here, grounding out the ignition. So that long wire is going to go to the coil to ground it out. So missing the long bolt here. So that's just hanging. Filter's not bad, so we'll remove that. We can check the primer once I look at the oil. Looks like it was stored inside, kind of in good condition. It's got oil in it. Let's see what the fuel looks like. It's got fuel, doesn't look murky. And it doesn't smell like it's varnishy. Will it prime? Yep. So let me tug on this. Oh, almost knocked the still off. Oh. See, I'm not used to this. I wasn't even holding the bar back, so we didn't have spark. So I was pulling on it for nothing. If you don't pull that bar back, it's going to ground the coil. So let me pay attention this time around. Grab the bar. Well, gosh darn it, why'd he dump this thing? I might have to put this to use on my own sidewalk here after I'm done with you. Who's leaving? Looks like Delta. So that was a home run for a couple mile trip. I'd say 2 miles one way. I was really close to him. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right now. I had bought a couple of these mixing containers. I think I got them on AliExpress. You put the desired amount of 2-cycle oil here, and there's different calibrations. You got 40 to 1 here. You've got 20. Looks like 20 to 1. There's 50 to 1 on this side. So for this thing, I believe it's 40 for 1 on the still. So I have the proper amount of oil in it. You match it up on this side to the proper amount of gas. Then you make sure your caps are tight. Since I don't do a lot of 2-cycle stuff and I want to test something, I can use this fuel mixing bottle and not have a gallon around. So what we're going to do is tip it so some gas goes down here to this side, kind of get that softened up, and then tilt it back around. And there's a little bit left, so I'll put some more gas down there, maybe shake that around, then bring that back around to the main compartment. Looks like I got most of it, but I'll do it one more time. Less gas that time to kind of shake it around. Okay, we got it all. It's all on the mix side. So there's my 40 to 1. So I just use some 2-cycle in a small container, and this says here it'll do 40 to 1 ratio, 1 gallon to 1 container. So if I wanted a whole gallon, I would pour all of this 2.3 ounces, 95 milliliter. But I don't want a gallon. This is all I'm going to use to do some testing here this week. Looks like Spirit Airlines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of mix and put it in a squirt bottle, a 250 milliliter squirt bottle, and I'm going to squirt it into the cylinder. In his ad, he said the primer bulb was broken. So let's see if this thing needs a carb clean. I kind of took a whiff of the fuel. It didn't smell the best. So your plug's under this little rubber thing. This is the plug wire assembly. I'm going to remove the plug and give it a squirt. So let me grab a funnel. And we're going to do a giveaway here at the end for all of you that are veterans, any branch of the service, National Guard or Merchant Marine. If you were Boy Scout, that doesn't count. It has to be a branch of the military, and I'll include Merchant Marine and National Guard. Okay, so that's that. I put a little bit of 40 to 1 in my squirty bottle. Maybe this will be 2-cycle week this week, since I've got some fresh mixed fuel. I'll go through some of the 2-cycle junk, maybe from that batch of 150 for the whole batch of junk. I got some saws, some chainsaws in that mix, some blowers, think one of them was a Husqvarna and a Echo PB200. I'll just go right down the line testing them. So I'll give you this specific model of this thing. I think it's the BG86-C. But I'll confirm that in a minute. I'm just going to wire brush this plug. It's a Bosch Romeo 10 R10. Made in China. Okay. So what my giveaway is going to be is one of these mixing containers. I bought a few, either from AliExpress or Temu. So the 5th veteran to email me, look, the heat's forcing the mixture up. So I'm making a huge mess here. So 5th veteran to email me, please include your street address when you email me. You can find the email address below. I'll put it down below in the description of this video. Okay. I kind of put too much mix in. I just pulled it over a little, spurted out, so that's going to work for us. So 5th veteran, email me, and I'll send you one of these. You'll be able to stuff it in the mailbox, I think, on an angle. It'll fit. Okay, let's put the plug back in. It's handy to have if you don't want to mix a big batch. And it's got the graduated marks on it if you want 25, 40, 50 to 1 ratio. Yeah, 25. It looks like 25 to 1, 40 to 1, 50 to 1. Okay, we'll try this. Socket's not cooperating. Put the plug wire. Creates a seal here to keep the airflow going over the engine. Okay, let me get this down on the ground. I don't want to knock off my coffee. I don't care if I knock that off because it was okay. What do we got to do here? Okay, that's full blast. No choke, and then choke. I'll put it on choke. Since I can't prime it, that's why I juiced it from above. Okay, let's Let's pull on it. I'm not a lefty, but I'll switch hands here and do righty. One, two, three. Okay, kicked off. I'm going to take the choke and put it halfway, half choke. Gosh darn it, it's idling on its own. This guy put 2 running things out at the street. If he's got a Porsche Speedster 57, he should be able to remove this to change the bulb out. To kill it, the all the way down is stop, and then it'll bring itself back to the ready start position. So wow, I wasn't expecting it to start like that. So all we need to do is change out the cracked primer bulb. If you were really lazy, you could keep taking the plug off and just give it a little drink to get it going. That gets old after a while. It's best you just change the primer bulb. Wow. Okay, so I'll take it. Two items with engines that run. Okay, this is the BG86-C is what this thing is. And date of manufacture, 7th month of 2017. Displacement 27 cc, conforms to your grandmother's emission control standards. Yada, yada, yada. Looks like part number 4241-011-1710. Manufactured by Sthil with domestic and foreign products. And they put it in French. Fabriqué, Sthil, États-Unis, avec de components domestic and étrangers. Okay. So there we go. I'm losing all my 2-cycle in this squirt bottle. The heat's heating it up and forcing it through the nozzle. I got to find a way to combat that. So listen, you vets, fifth vet to email me gets one. You don't get the 50 plus 9, you get the measuring container. Put your street address in your first email. Say you want the mixing container. You're a veteran. I live at 123 Main Street, Anytown, USA. Capiche? Okay, so we did well on this free pile. So I messaged him back. I said, hey, thanks. That was a great score with all the stuff you left out. He says, I'll keep you posted. I'm going to have more, and I'll let you know. So I think I'm going to be his go-to man for goodies. So we'll see what else he puts out. Anywho, you guys thank a veteran. I appreciate you checking out my channel today. Please like and subscribe if you have not yet. Fifth veteran, do it. Email me. I'm a veteran. I live at 123 Main Street, Anywhere, USA. And I would like the measuring bottle. Adios, amigos. Tip your waitress and wait staff if you go out for hamburgers today. Adios.